ended with both climbers in police custody. Two people scaling the Empire's spire, then climbing down to a lower platform where there appeared to be a proposal. The couple facing charges for that breach in security. You're listening to ABC News.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds and you're overweight. Winner, winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-436-8220, 800-436-8220, or biglou.com.
Sweltering temperatures across more than half of the country, known as a heat dome, raising the health risks for millions this holiday. In New York City, the heat index, or real field temperatures mixed with humidity, expected to top triple digits. ABC's Leslie Lopez is in New York's Rockaway Beach.
Some 160 million Americans are impacted by the dangerous heat dome expanding east.
We got some water.
In New York City, officials opening hundreds of cooling centers and deploying cooling vans to help the most vulnerable.
Philadelphia!
4th of July celebrations affected too. In Philadelphia, where it could feel like 111 degrees Friday, the route for the city's Independence Day parade was supposed to be expanded for America's 250th, now being cut short.
Voters in yesterday's Colorado primary race choosing a progressive newcomer over a 15-term Democratic incumbent. ABC's Stephen Portnoy has more.
The result in the Denver area district ends the congressional career of Diana DeGette, who has served in the House since 1997. She was defeated by a challenger who was born that same year. Milat Kiros, who emigrated from Ethiopia as an infant, is the latest member of the Democratic Socialists of America to oust a Democratic incumbent. Republicans point to Kiros' comment in a local news interview that the 9/11 attacks were an inevitable consequence of America destabilizing the Middle East.
In Pennsylvania, evacuation orders have been lifted near a freight train derailment yesterday north of Philadelphia. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
This is the News Radio KONP Noon Report.
Todd Ortloff for the KONP News Center. Here's a look at what's happening on this Wednesday, July 1st. The search continuing today for a missing 22-year-old Port Angeles man, and authorities now asking for the public's help. Gunnar Peterson was reported overdue Sunday after failing to return home or contacting his family, something they say is highly out of character. Investigators say surveillance video captured Peterson walking west on Front Street about 1:40 Sunday morning after leaving Bar 9. They believe he was then given a ride to Edis Hook, where witnesses reported seeing him before they left the area. On Monday, Peterson's family and friends found several personal belongings on the south end of Edis Hook that they identified as his. That's prompted a major search involving the Clallam County Sheriff's Office, Port Angeles Police, the Coast Guard, Clallam County Search and Rescue, Olympic Mountain Rescue, helicopters, drones, patrol boats, and canine teams. More than 20 search personnel have been involved so far. The investigation's now been transferred to the Port Angeles Police Department, and anyone who saw Peterson early Sunday morning or has any information about his movements is urged to contact the PennCom Dispatch Center, saying even the smallest detail right now could help investigators. Clallam County commissioners are moving toward a more consistent approach to tribal trust land applications. That after reviewing a proposed response to the Jamestown S'Klallam tribe's latest request. The tribe has asked the Bureau of Indian Affairs to place 2 residential properties in Sequim into federal trust. The parcels, 5761 Woodcock Road and 1322 Jamestown Road, total about 9.5 acres and are currently zoned neighborhood conservation. Now, according to the county, they generate about $12,700 a year in property taxes that support local government, schools, fire protection, and other taxing districts. County Administrator Todd Milkey, in a work session this week, told county commissioners the proposed response follows the county's previous position on some similar trust land requests.
So because they're non-adjacent, the thought was, should we enter into some sort of payment in lieu of taxes that covers what these properties would otherwise generate in property taxes?
Yeah, rather than opposing the application altogether, the county is asking the BIA to require the tribe to enter into an agreement that's similar to those already negotiated with the Hoh and Quileute tribes. Those agreements include payments in lieu of property taxes to offset the loss of local tax revenue when land is transferred into federal trust. Commissioner Marco Zaya said the county should go a step further.
I support it, and I would consider, since the Hoh agreement also outlines the existing and intended use of that land, so that sort of gets at the non-property tax component, that it wouldn't hurt to call out that as important in this agreement, equally as important as the payment in lieu of taxes concept.
Zaya said the Hoh tribe agreement also addresses future land use, helping ensure trust properties remain compatible with surrounding neighborhoods. Milkey agreed to revise the letter before commissioners consider sending it to the Bureau of Indian Affairs. The discussion also prompted support for creating a standard county policy that would guide future responses to trust land applications. Fire officials reminding area residents to put away your weed burners. That after one sparked a house fire near Squim over this past weekend. Clallam County Fire District 3 crews were called Saturday to the 100 block of Hurricane Ridge Road. It's in the Sunland neighborhood for what was initially reported as a brush fire. While firefighters were responding, dispatchers upgraded the call to a structure fire after flames spread from the brush to a garage and then into the attic of a nearby home. Firefighters from District 3 and Fire District 2, as well as the Port Angeles Fire Department, all took part in knocking down the fire, preventing it from spreading further into the home's living area, but 2 residents were displaced. They've received temporary assistance from the American Red Cross. Investigators determined the fire started when a homeowner was using a weed burner to clear vegetation along a gravel path. The flame ignited a nearby bush, and the fire quickly spread to the house. Officials say the incident is a reminder that conditions across the region are still very dry. Recreational fires are the only outdoor burning currently allowed under the county's burn restrictions. Officials note that 8 fires in 2025 were all traced to weed burners, and they're urging residents to avoid using the devices during the dry summer months. More news after this.
Hi everyone, it's Alicia Campion with Ridgeline Home Care Cooperative. We're a worker-owned cooperative. Our caregivers are owners, focused on dignity, trust, and supporting loved ones at home. Accepting care is about independence, not weakness. We care and support the life someone has already built. Join our team or trust us with your loved one's care. We're Ridgeline Home Care Cooperative, with you at home. Call 360-504-3837.
The JFFA Free Summer Concerts on the Pier brings you live music at the Port Angeles City Pier every Wednesday night. Join us for some of music's brightest performers in a setting unlike anywhere else. An eclectic mix of musicians, youth activities, and an expanded beer and wine garden will help keep you cool while the music heats up your night. Come together for the Free Summer Concerts on the Pier, tonight and every Wednesday night at the Port Angeles City Pier. Go to jffa.org for details.
If you've missed the Kim Commando Show, you've missed a lot.
Give her a phone and you teach her to be a good digital citizen. And you teach her the rules of the road now so that when she does go out on her own and she is a self-sustaining adult, that she has the tools and the knowledge to make the right decisions.
America's digital goddess,
Kim Commando. The Kim Commando Show, Saturdays from 9 to noon on KONP.
In other news, residents served by Clallam PUD's Island View water system out in the West End, they're now under mandatory outdoor watering restrictions as drought conditions continue to worsen. The PUD issuing a Stage 3 drought response for that system, which serves about 33 customers 10 miles west of CQ. Under the restrictions, customers with even-numbered addresses can water outdoors only on even-numbered days, odd-numbered addresses on odd-numbered days. PUD says the water for that system comes from nearby Olson Creek, where stream flows are expected to drop to critically low levels in the next 3 weeks. If flows fall any farther, the utility may begin trucking water into the system, and that will trigger even stricter Stage 4 restrictions in that system. Washington's Walk Cares program reaches a major milestone today, as eligible residents can now begin using long-term care benefits for the first time. The state-funded program, approved by lawmakers in 2019, is financed through a payroll tax and provides up to $36,000 for services such as in-home care, mobility equipment, meal delivery, and other long-term care needs. More than 100 people had applied for benefits before the program officially launched, with dozens already approved. Supporters say Walk Cares will help more Washingtonians remain in their homes as they age. Critics have questioned the mandatory payroll tax and the program's long-term sustainability. State officials estimate about 25,000 people will use the benefit during this first year. Questions being raised about the Washington Attorney General's office after it released nearly 1,000 pages of internal records related to the state's proposed tax on high-income earners without redactions. The Center Square reports the documents included discussions about developing an income tax proposal that could prompt the Washington Supreme Court to reconsider long-standing legal precedent about income taxes in general. The Attorney General's office later said the release was inadvertent and involved attorney-client privileged material, providing later requesters with heavily redacted versions. Transparency advocates have criticized the differing responses, while Let's Go Washington founder Brian Haywood, who's against the tax, calls the handling of the records inconsistent. The AG's office says it is reviewing the disclosure. The Center Square has appealed the decision to withhold portions of the records that were first released. Pierce County prosecutors have declined to file criminal charges against the two drivers involved in the December death of Washington State Patrol Trooper Tara Marisa Gutting. Prosecutors say the evidence does not support criminal charges under state law. Investigators determined Gutting was first struck while crossing a Highway 509 on-ramp in Tacoma on a dark, rainy evening, then hit a second time after being thrown into the roadway. A medical examiner could not determine which collision actually caused her fatal injuries. Prosecutors also concluded there was insufficient evidence to prove that either driver acted with criminal negligence or knowingly left the scene of a fatal crash. This is News Radio KONP.
We are paying 14% of our income in taxes, while the super rich are paying 4%. That's backwards.
That's why we came together to win a millionaire's tax this year.
That means more money for schooling kids. It means parents pay less for diapers.
Small business gets a tax break.
It means the super rich have to pay their share.
Blue collar, we have each other's backs. BlueCollarUnity.org.
Paid for by Firelands Workers Building Community Power.
This 4th of July weekend, celebrate America in a uniquely Northwest way. I'm Scott Carty. Join me for America Northwest, a 2-hour special marking the nation's 250th birthday and our region's place in history. From Washington's role in innovation, music, and culture to the Pacific Northwest's lasting impact on this nation we call home. Hear the stories, the voices, and the pride of this small corner of the country. America Northwest, Friday morning at 6, right here on News Radio KONP.
In 1983, Tom and Ida McEwen opened All Weather Heating and Cooling, their vision for a family-owned and operated business with personalized customer service made them the #1 choice for your heating and cooling needs. In 2014, their daughter Janae and her business partner Dustin Halverson purchased All Weather. In preserving Tom and Ida's vision, customer service is still top priority and your only local authorized carrier dealer. All Weather Heating and Cooling, because everyone calls us.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast, brought to you by All Weather Heating and Cooling. Partly cloudy this afternoon with a high of 62. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. 48 tonight. Overcast skies tomorrow. Chance for rain 60. Mid-60s Friday and Saturday with a chance for isolated rain showers Friday. A peek at the extended shows, 68 Sunday, 70 Monday, and 69 on Tuesday. Another look at the short range. We should top off around 62 today, low of 48 tonight, high of 60 tomorrow. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Right now, it's 59 degrees.
Say goodbye to Hollywood. Good morning, I'm Jay Reynolds. LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, moving on from Los Angeles. Leonard being dealt from the Clippers to the Raptors, where he won a title in 2019. LeBron James letting the Lakers know he will continue playing, but it won't be with the Lakers. He's now a free agent with multiple teams interested. As for where he might land, ESPN insider Brian Windhorst says, read those tea leaves.
I'm going to say one thing. Who acted with knowledge? Did the Cavs act with knowledge? Did the Heat act with knowledge? Did the Lakers act with knowledge? No. The Warriors acted with knowledge. Draymond opted out. That's all I'm going to say.
Draymond Green opted out of his deal with the Warriors this week, saying he did it to help the team get better. Speaking of free agency, Dean Wade gets a 4-year, $39 million deal with the Sixers. Bogdan Bogdanović agrees to a 1-year deal with Houston. Luke Kennard agrees to a 2-year, $13 million deal with Phoenix. While his name is out there, sources say Washington has no interest in trading Anthony Davis, and they're not listening to offers. WNBA, Liberty 93-85 over the Aces. New York wins the Commissioner's Cup championship. World Cup, France 3-0 over Sweden. Kylian Mbappe scoring 2 of the 3. Mexico gets past Ecuador 2-0. 4 games, 4 shutouts for Mexico. Norway gets a goal from Erling Haaland. In the 86th minute, they beat Ivory Coast 2-1. Norway now gets Brazil. Baseball, Dodgers top the A's 9-3. Dave Roberts, win number 1,000 as manager. Marlins crushed the Rockies 14-3. They finished June 20-6. Best in Major League Baseball. Rays beat Kansas City 10-4. That's now 6 straight wins for Tampa Bay. Tigers hit 5 homers to get past the Yankees 9-3. 6 straight losses for New York. White Sox a 7-run third en route to a 9-3 win over the Orioles. Phillies shut out the Pirates 8-0. Their Major League leading 10th shutout of the season. Rangers beat the Guardians 4-2. Texas taking the lead in the 7th when Cleveland left fielder Cooper Ingle tosses the ball into the stands thinking it was the 3rd out.
Miss, your burger is served.
Thank you.
And if I may suggest a pairing, this is our finest Pepsi Zero Sugar. The sweetness of Pepsi perfectly balances the savory notes of your burger, while the citrus and carbonation elevates the taste for a truly stunning flavor profile. Bon appetit.
Now that is one perfect combination. If this is how the other half lives, I could get used to this. Burgers deserve Pepsi.
Looking for affordable home ownership on the peninsula? Mountain View Homes has you covered. Enjoy high-quality craftsmanship at 40% less than traditional homes. You heard me, 40% less. We offer full-service land packages from dirt to turnkey, delivering beautiful, efficient manufactured homes on your chosen site. With 3 convenient locations, including Carlsberg, we're here to serve you. Visit mtviewhomes.com today to learn more. Mountain View Homes, where affordability meets quality.
News Radio KONP Business.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Stocks have been fluctuating with Nike among the gainers and tech shares, especially chip makers, lagging on this second to the last trading day before the long holiday weekend. Sources say the finance app network maker Plaid is considering an initial public offering and has apparently held preliminary discussions with banks about a potential IPO. And forget about paying the rent. The average monthly car payment is now a record $777, with nearly a quarter of U.S. car buyers taking out loans of 7 years or more last quarter, according to Edmunds.com. The average amount financed on a new car reached an all-time high of $44,156, and the average down payment fell 10% from a year ago. More than a fifth of new car buyers signed up for monthly car payments of $1,000 or more. This report is sponsored by Vanguard Investor Choice, a proxy voting program for eligible Vanguard Index funds. Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
What's as beautiful as a sunny summer day? A summer sale big enough to make you step inside Angelus Furniture for their huge Beauty Rest sale. Right now, you'll find the Beauty Rest Level 1 Medium Tight Top Queen Mattress for only $679. Step it up a notch to the Level 2 Medium Tight Top or Extra Firm Top Mattress for just $949. These deals aren't all they have in store either. Get the refreshing sleep you deserve today on your brand new Beauty Rest, only at Angelus Furniture.
Leeds Farm Supply and Equipment Sales is rolling out huge savings now through July 11th. Get 10% off everything outside, including fencing, shelter systems, soil, bedding, and more. Then head inside for 15% off almost everything, like handheld power tools, pet products, jewelry, and purses. You'll also save $250 on every in-stock mower and tractor. Purchase a trailer and get free licensing, a $200 value. Leeds Farm Supply and Equipment Sales. Family-owned, community-focused, and saving you more this summer.
News Radio KONP, traffic and roads.
Dr. Clallam Transit Dispatch Center we go. That is where Steve's standing by with an eye on the roads for us this noon hour. Good afternoon, Steve.
Hi there. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, so far so good. We're actually doing pretty good out there. Really haven't had too much problem other than volume. Just a lot of cars out there right now moving around. Seem to be moving pretty much the speed limit all the way through town, downtown Port Angeles anyway. Same thing in Sequim along Washington Street, Sequim Avenue, those areas. Busy, but moving along fairly smoothly. If you're on the highway between Port Angeles and Sequim, you should be doing fine. No real issues out there. It is definitely busy leaving the Port Angeles area through our construction zone at Baker and Lees Creek. But beyond the Morris Creek area, things kind of smooth out, and it should be a good drive for you between the two. Beyond Sequim, Hood Canal Bridge currently good to go with nothing scheduled this afternoon. If you're headed for the Seattle ferries, they are doing okay. A lot of people headed out that direction right now. I know the Edmonds Ferry is running late, about 20, 25 minutes. Bainbridge is keeping on time, but definitely busy down there at the dock, so just be aware of that. If you're headed out to the West End, we're in good shape. No real problems out there. Roads are in good shape, and traffic is moving along smoothly. So everybody take care. Enjoy your afternoon. This is Steve reporting live from Clallam Transit for KONP.
Thank you, Steve. Another update from you coming in about a half hour as we continue on the Peninsula's noon news. Your weather forecast is calling for things to cloud up and some rain rolling in later this afternoon, upper 50s to mid-60s for the highs. Cloudy for the most part tonight, lows in the mid-40s to lower 50s. Cloudy, a chance of showers late Thursday. Highs will be in the upper 50s to mid-60s. Friday's looking cloudy, chance of showers in the afternoon with highs in the 60s, and then sunshine and mid-60s for Independence Day on Saturday. Right now it is 57 in Port Townsend, 62 out west at Forks, Sequim's at 61, and at Fairchild Airport here in Port Angeles, now 59 degrees.
A better life with Dr. Sanjay Gupta.
For more than a decade, the Environmental Working Group has put out a list of the so-called Dirty Dozen. These are the non-organic produce contaminated with the highest levels of pesticides. Well, this year, spinach topped the list, followed by kale, collard, mustard greens, strawberries, grapes, nectarines, peaches, cherries, apples, blackberries, pears, potatoes, and blueberries. Now, all these fruits and vegetables are part of a healthy diet, so no one is saying you shouldn't eat them. Point is, though, you could consider buying these items organic if and when you can, and then taking extra care when you wash them. The FDA recommends rinsing all fruits and vegetables, even the ones that are organic, under running water that is slightly warmer than room temperature. Don't use soap, bleach, or any fancy produce washes. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta, helping you live a better life.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Here's the tale of the daily Medfill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
Hello, I'm Jerry Stewart, and this is One Moment in America. Some things are so taken for granted we never even ask why. Like, why are barns painted red? I'll give you that answer after this important message.
Hello, Jerry Stewart here with a word from Liberty Village. Everyone here at our studios are excited. Only 10 days now until our America's 250th anniversary party. For who? For all of us, we the people. Have you heard about Angel Studios Young Washington coming to local theaters starting July the 3rd? Liberty Village will benefit by tickets sold. Get your tickets now. Kelly and I have ours. Go now to libertyvillage.org/events and see what's coming, like the Founders in the Park July the 2nd, with fun for the whole family. And there'll also be colonial crafts, live historical interpreters like George Washington, and good old-fashioned fun for the whole family. Wow. So many things to do, but most of all, it's about our America, a 250-year birthday, and we are excited and ready to start. For more info, go to libertyvillage.org/events and start your preparation now. God bless America. Happy birthday, America. See you there.
Here's one for you. Why are barns painted red? Yeah. Why are barns painted red? Well, according to my research, in the early 1800s, farmers discovered that the color red absorbed sunlight better than any other color, which helped to keep their barns warmer during the winter. And since there was no form of heat to keep the barns warm other than fire, all barns were painted red to help solve that problem. And where did they get the red paint? The farmers made it by mixing skim milk with rust shavings from metal fences. And now you know. I'm Jerry Stewart, and that was One Moment in America.
Hi, this is John Holm, president of Tri-State Roofing, your local and family-owned company covering the entire Olympic Peninsula area. The difference with Tri-State Roofing is we separate ourselves with the quality of products we offer, customer service, including an A+ rating with the BBB, solid safety plans, and the best labor guarantees around. Call 360-208-2222.
Tri-State Roofing, we got you covered.
This 4th of July weekend, celebrate America in a uniquely Northwest way. I'm Scott Carty. Join me for America Northwest, a 2-hour special marking the nation's 250th birthday and our region's place in history. From Washington's role in innovation, music, and culture to the Pacific Northwest's lasting impact on this nation we call home. Hear the stories, the voices, and the pride of this small corner of the country. America Northwest, Friday morning at 6, right here on News Radio KONP.
Is diabetes keeping you from enjoying life's special moments? At U.S. Med, we understand the challenges you face, and we're here to help.
With U.S. Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
U.S. Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to cutting-edge diabetes tech, and knowledgeable support. Plus, we'll check your insurance so your diabetes care may be covered at little or no cost to you.
With U.S. Med, I feel confident and control of my diabetes. I can finally live my life to the fullest.
Don't let diabetes hold you back. Choose U.S. Med and experience better birthdays, better adventures, better anniversaries, and better everything. Call now. U.S. Med. Better service. Better care. 800-808-5181. 800-808-5181. 800-808-5181. That's 800-808-5181.
News this hour at Town Hall. I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. Federal Reserve Chairman Kevin Warsh has signaled that while inflation risks have eased a bit in recent weeks, the Fed remains committed to bringing prices back to the 2% long-term target.
We're going to deliver price stability in the U.S. That's what this committee has signed up to do, and our objective is to do that. The tactics, the strategy, and the rest, that's still to come.
During a central bankers conference, Warsh said that the Fed will also stay free of political influence.
We've been an independent central bank for a very long time. We're going to be an independent central bank at this moment, and you're going to see no changes on that.
Marsh may find himself coming under some pressure from the White House to try and keep inflation lower and also lower interest rates. The World Food Program has delivered aid to quake-affected areas in Venezuela, and a Jordanian team rescued a toddler in Caracas.
The UN Food Agency says they're distributing aid to thousands of Venezuelans affected by the June 24 earthquake, including in La Guaira, one of the most affected areas, where workers distributed food aid to residents on Wednesday. The WPF said also that they've completed a first distribution for 1,200 people. The agency adds they aim to reach 500,000 in the next 3 months.
That is correspondent Charles de la Desma reporting. The price you pay for your morning cup of coffee might just be on the way down.
Nestle may reduce coffee prices for consumers as bean costs decline, a senior company executive said Tuesday. The company will consider lower bean prices when setting retail prices, a potential boost to consumers seeking some relief from high coffee prices in recent years. Coffee prices rose sharply in 2024 and reached record highs in 2025 after adverse weather affected supplies.
That is Bill Alexander reporting on Wall Street. It's a mixed bag right now. The Dow is up by 62 points. The NASDAQ struggling. It's down 112. More from townhall.com.
Maybe this is you too. There's enormous frustration right now with healthcare costs. It is amazing. Healthcare costs for families in the last 20 years have almost tripled, and it just keeps getting worse. All this to say, this is why MediShare is so in demand right now. People are looking for alternatives. And MediShare is proven you can save thousands of dollars a year and actually like it more. Over 1 million Americans are now part of healthcare sharing, and MediShare is the gold standard. It's trusted. It works. It's been helping people save money and have peace of mind now for 30 plus years. It's not some big impersonal thing either. It's a community of people like you helping each other. So yeah, if you're frustrated too, here's your chance to make a refreshing change. You'll notice the difference as soon as you call. They're easy to talk to. You can get a price within 2 minutes. Here is the number. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
She's back. Serena Williams returning to Wimbledon yesterday.
23-time Grand Slam champion Serena Williams lost in the first round at Wimbledon in her first professional singles match in nearly 4 years. The 44-year-old Williams displayed the same powerful serve and heavy ground strokes that won her 7 Wimbledon titles. But 87th ranked and 20-year-old Maya Joint from Australia via Michigan won more of the big points.
I don't know what just happened, to be honest.
Joint says she didn't get much sleep up until 2 a.m. just thinking about the match and Serena Williams.
She has such an aura. She's such a legend.
I'm Ed Donahue.
Mexican health authorities report 3 people died of asphyxiation during celebrations in downtown Mexico City. Thousands of people had flocked there Tuesday night to celebrate the national team's victory over Ecuador, securing a place in the World Cup round of 16. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. Mike Householder reports that Americans have very different views about the country's flag.
A new poll conducted by the Associated Press and Newark Center for Public Affairs Research indicates Americans' views of Old Glory are divided by politics, age, and race. Republicans and older white adults are especially likely to fly the American flag, while younger Democrats and black adults are more likely to say they don't fly it. Views of the flag track with other deep divisions among Americans, who see their country's history and accomplishments very differently.
Also at townhall.com, a Democratic member of Congress is now calling for a federal investigation into what he calls a rent now, pay later industry. Representative Maxwell Frost, Florida, has sent a letter to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau asking the agency to investigate the companies for potential violations of consumer protection laws. He also wants to know if landlords are pushing tenants toward those services. More of these stories at townhall.com.
This is the News Radio KONP Noon Report.
Todd Ortloff for the KONP News Center. Here's a look at what's happening on this Wednesday, July 1st. The search continuing today for a missing 22-year-old Port Angeles man, and authorities now asking for the public's help. Gunnar Peterson was reported overdue Sunday after failing to return home or contacting his family, something they say is highly out of character. Investigators say surveillance video captured Peterson walking west on Front Street about 1:40 Sunday morning after leaving Bar 9. They believe he was then given a ride to Edis Hook, where witnesses reported seeing him before they left the area. On Monday, Peterson's family and friends found several personal belongings on the south end of Edis Hook that they identified as his. That's prompted a major search involving the Clallam County Sheriff's Office, Port Angeles Police, the Coast Guard, Clallam County Search and Rescue, Olympic Mountain Rescue, helicopters, drones, patrol boats, and canine teams. More than 20 search personnel have been involved so far. The investigation's now been transferred to the Port Angeles Police Department, and anyone who saw Peterson early Sunday morning or has any information about his movements is urged to contact the PENCOM Dispatch Center, saying even the smallest detail right now could help investigators. Clallam County Commissioners are moving toward a more consistent approach to tribal trust land applications. That after reviewing a proposed response to the Jamestown Sklallam Tribe's latest request. The tribe has asked the Bureau of Indian Affairs to place 2 residential properties in Sequim into federal trust. The parcels, 5761 Woodcock Road and 1322 Jamestown Road, total about 9.5 acres and are currently zoned neighborhood conservation. Now, according to the county, they generate about $12,700 a year in property taxes that support local government, schools, fire protection, and other taxing districts. County Administrator Todd Milkey in a work session this week told county commissioners the proposed response follows the county's previous position on some similar trust land requests.
So because they're non-adjacent, the thought was, should we enter into some sort of payment in lieu of taxes that covers what these properties would otherwise generate in property taxes?
Yeah, rather than opposing the application altogether, the county is asking the BIA to require the tribe to enter into an agreement that's similar to those already negotiated with the Hoh and Quileute tribes. Those agreements include payments in lieu of property taxes to offset the loss of local tax revenue when land is transferred into federal trust. Commissioner Marco Zaya said the county should go a step further.
I support it, and I would consider, since the Hoh agreement also outlines the existing and intended use of that land, so that sort of gets at the non-property tax component, that it wouldn't hurt to call out that as important in this agreement, equally as important as the payment in lieu of taxes concept.
Now, Zaya said the Hoh Tribe agreement also addresses future land use, helping ensure trust properties remain compatible with surrounding neighborhoods. Milkey agreed to revise the letter before commissioners consider sending it to the Bureau of Indian Affairs. The discussion also prompted support for creating a standard county policy that would guide future responses to trust land applications. Fire officials reminding area residents to put away your weed burners. That after one sparked a house fire near Sequim over this past weekend. Clallam County Fire District 3 crews were called Saturday to the 100 block of Hurricane Ridge Road. It's in the Sunland neighborhood for what was initially reported as a brush fire. While firefighters were responding, dispatchers upgraded the call to a structure fire after flames spread from the brush to a garage and then into the attic of a nearby home. Firefighters from District 3 and Fire District 2, as well as the Port Angeles Fire Department, all took part in knocking down the fire, preventing it from spreading further into the home's living area, but 2 residents were displaced. They've received temporary assistance from the American Red Cross. Investigators determined the fire started when a homeowner was using a weed burner to clear vegetation along a gravel path. The flame ignited a nearby bush, and the fire quickly spread to the house. Officials say the incident is a reminder that conditions across the region are still very dry. Recreational fires are the only outdoor burning currently allowed under the county's burn restrictions. Officials note that 8 fires in 2025 were all traced to weed burners, and they're urging residents to avoid using the devices during the dry summer months. More news after this.
This message is brought to you by the law firm of McMiniman and McMiniman, Port Angeles and Sequim.
Hi, I'm Clallam County Sheriff Brian King. The 4th of July means more traffic as people head to family gatherings, fireworks displays, and out of town. Extra law enforcement will be on duty to ensure smooth travels. Please obey the speed limits, buckle up, and eliminate distractions. Never drive after drinking or consuming cannabis. Together, let's make the roads safe for everyone.
The law firm of McMiniman and
Since 2011, Grocery Outlet has held their annual Independence from Hunger food drive every July. Head to Grocery Outlet in Port Angeles from now through the end of the month to partake in their 16th annual Independence from Hunger food drive. All proceeds are distributed directly to the Port Angeles Food Bank as well as the PA School District Food Insecurity Program. There are several different ways to participate. Donate $5 or more in a single transaction and receive a coupon for $5 off a future purchase of $25 or more. Purchase a pre-made bag of groceries to be put in the collection bin at the store, or donate online by visiting groceryoutlet.com/donate and choosing the Port Angeles store. Support our locally owned and operated grocery outlet right here in Port Angeles as they support our community. Follow them on Facebook at Port Angeles Grocery Outlet to learn more. Located on East Highway 101.
Grocery Outlet Bargain Market.
In other news, residents served by Clallam PUD's Island View water system out in the West End, they're now under mandatory outdoor watering restrictions as drought conditions continue to worsen. The PUD issuing a Stage 3 drought response for that system, which serves about 33 customers 10 miles west of CQ. Under the restrictions, customers with even-numbered addresses can water outdoors only on even-numbered days, odd-numbered addresses on odd-numbered days. PUD says the water for that system comes from nearby Olson Creek, where stream flows are expected to drop to critically low levels in the next 3 weeks. If flows fall any farther, the utility may begin trucking water into the system, and that will trigger even stricter Stage 4 restrictions in that system. Washington's Walk Cares program reaches a major milestone today, as eligible residents can now begin using long-term care benefits for the first time. The state-funded program, approved by lawmakers in 2019, is financed through a payroll tax and provides up to $36,000 for services such as in-home care, mobility equipment, meal delivery, and other long-term care needs. More than 100 people had applied for benefits before the program officially launched, with dozens already approved. Supporters say Walk Cares will help more Washingtonians remain in their homes as they age. Critics have questioned the mandatory payroll tax and the program's long-term sustainability. State officials estimate about 25,000 people will use the benefit during this first year. Questions being raised about the Washington Attorney General's office after it released nearly 1,000 pages of internal records related to the state's proposed tax on high-income earners without redactions. The Center Square reports the documents included discussions about developing an income tax proposal that could prompt the Washington Supreme Court to reconsider long-standing legal precedent about income taxes in general. The Attorney General's office later said the release was inadvertent and involved attorney-client privileged material, providing later requesters with heavily redacted versions. Transparency advocates have criticized the differing responses, while Let's Go Washington founder Brian Haywood, who's against the tax, calls the handling of the records inconsistent. The AG's office says it is reviewing the disclosure. The Center Square has appealed the decision to withhold portions of the records that were first released. Pierce County prosecutors have declined to file criminal charges against the two drivers involved in the December death of Washington State Patrol Trooper Tara Marisa Gutting. Prosecutors say the evidence does not support criminal charges under state law. Investigators determined Gutting was first struck while crossing a Highway 509 on-ramp in Tacoma on a dark, rainy evening, then hit a second time after being thrown into the roadway. A medical examiner could not determine which collision actually caused her fatal injuries. Prosecutors also concluded there was insufficient evidence to prove that either driver acted with criminal negligence or knowingly left the scene of a fatal crash. This is News Radio KONP.
Losing a loved one is overwhelming. Your mind and your heart shut down. That's where Drennan & Ford Funeral Home and Crematory comes in. They took the burden off my family's shoulders and guided us through everything we needed to do. No pushy sales tactics or unanswered questions. They just held our hands and took care of everything we asked. That's why I will always recommend Drennan & Ford for end-of-life decisions. They handle the hurt like no one else can. Call 360-457-1210.
Be part of one of the biggest and best events in the area, the annual Unity of Effort. The premier first responder recognition event features delicious food, amazing live performances, and a celebration of our first responders. Contact Security Services Northwest if you're interested in having a booth at this huge community event. Go to unityofeffort.org and we'll see you at the Unity of Effort Saturday, August 8th in Sequim.
I went to Jungle Jane's for some beautiful dish towels. I came home with a lamp and a pillow and a rain chain and maybe a few other things. Because inside that little blue building is a home decor wonderland. Jungle Jane's in Sequim has stunning lamps, local artisan pieces, kitchen goodies, and decor that makes your home feel like you. Warning, side effects include redecorating your entire house in Zen-like bliss. Find us on the web at junglejanes.online.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast, brought to you by All Weather Heating and Cooling. Partly cloudy this afternoon with a high of 62. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. 48 tonight. Overcast skies tomorrow. Chance for rain 60. Mid-60s Friday and Saturday with a chance for isolated rain showers Friday. A peek at the extended shows 68 Sunday, 70 Monday, and 69 on Tuesday. Another look at the short range. We should top off around 62 today, low of 48 tonight, high of 60 tomorrow. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Right now, it's 59 degrees.
Robert Workman's Check on Sports is next.
World Cup 2026 Tuesday, knockout round. Kylian Mbappe scored twice for the third time this tournament to lead France to a 3-0 rout of Sweden in New Jersey. Mbappe now with 18 goals in 18 career World Cup matches. That's just one goal behind Lionel Messi. Premier League star Erling Haaland scored in the 86th minute to push Norway past Ivory Coast 2-1 in Dallas. That's the Norwegians' first ever World Cup knockout win. And last night, Mexico blanked Ecuador 2-0 in Mexico City. 3 more games today, including the U.S. versus Bosnia-Herzegovina in Santa Clara. Baseball, Junior Caminero homered for the 5th straight game, and the Rays won their 6th in a row, 10-4 over the Royals. The 22-year-old third baseman just named AL Player of the Week for last week and became the first player to commit to this year's Home Run Derby. He finished second to Cal Raleigh last year. Rangers have won 6 in a row after downing the Guardians 4-2. Tigers hit 5 home runs. Tarek Skubal allowed just 1 hit over 6 innings, and they hammered the Yankees 9-3. New York has lost 6 in a row. Division leaders, the White Sox scored 7 times in the third and overwhelmed the Orioles. Dodgers drilled the A's, while the Brewers routed the Reds. Meantime, the Cardinals beat the Braves. The NL East leaders have now dropped 13 of 17. Phillies are in hot pursuit of Atlanta. They shut out the Pirates. Christopher Sanchez with a combo 5-hitter for his 10th win. Mets blanked the Blue Jays on 6 hits. Wins for the Nationals, Cubs, Marlins, Astros, Mariners, and Diamondbacks. At Wimbledon, wins for women's 2-seed Elena Rybakina, number 3 and defending champ Iga Swiatek, and American 6-seed Amanda Anisimova. Serena Williams lost in 3 sets in her return to Wimbledon after 4 years in retirement. Serena will also play doubles with her sister Venus on Thursday. And NBA free agency began last night, and there's a big name at the top of the list. LeBron James says he is leaving the Lakers after spending the last 8 of his 23 NBA seasons in LA. That's Wednesday Sports.
Hi, it's Callie here from the Heartline on the Truck Route. My family is proud to have been serving our community for 3 generations. If you're tackling a landscape project, rely on the Heartline for all the supplies you need to make your project shine. Rock, mulch, soil to sand, we've got you covered, and your yard too. The Heartline is your connection for high-quality Deca batteries as well. Cars, bikes, commercial, marine, and power sports. Stop by or give us a call at 452-3157. Rely on the Heartline, top of the truck route, Port Angeles.
July is the month we get to celebrate the birth of our country, and what a great country it is. We live in a great time for consumers and cars. We have some of the best brands ever built with focus on safety, fuel economy, function, and fun. There's so many options with electric, hybrid, diesel, and gas. Add all that to the lower cost of ownership and peace of mind with the Wilder Advantage. Just come celebrate with us. Stop by or check us out 24/7 at wilderauto.com.
News Radio KONP Business.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Stocks have been fluctuating with Nike among the gainers and tech shares, especially chip makers, lagging on this second to the last trading day before the long holiday weekend. Sources say the finance app network maker Plaid is considering an initial public offering and has apparently held preliminary discussions with banks about a potential IPO. And forget about paying the rent. The average monthly car payment is now a record $777, with nearly a quarter of U.S. car buyers taking out loans of 7 years or more last quarter, according to Edmunds.com. The average amount financed on a new car reached an all-time high of $44,156, and the average down payment fell 10% from a year ago. More than a fifth of new car buyers signed up for monthly car payments of $1,000 or more. This report is sponsored by Vanguard Investor Choice, a proxy voting program for eligible Vanguard Index funds. Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
Let's get a last check of the noontime traffic next.
Oh, what a beautiful morning.
Can it, Curly? We love the sun, but not this early. If you want to keep the rays out in the morning, the Blind Store by McCrory has a deal for you. During their summer sale, you'll save 25% off the best blinds in the industry, like Hunter Douglas, Graber, and Norman. You'll be singing a happy tune, but only when you're ready. Shop the Blind Store by McCrory's summer sale, going on now in Squim by the Licensing Depot.
Your birth experience should feel like yours. Come meet the midwives who can make that happen. Meet Our Midwives is a free monthly open house at Olympic Medical Center, where you can get to know our certified nurse midwives, tour our birth center, and start planning the birth that feels right for you. Join us the first Tuesday of every month at 5:30 p.m. in the Olympic Memorial Hospital Sunroom. Learn more at olympicmedical.org/meetourmidwives.
News Radio KONP, traffic and roads.
All right, one last time up to Clallam Transit Dispatch Center we go, and that is where Steve's standing by with a check of the noontime traffic for us. Good afternoon, Steve.
Hi there. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, so far, so good. We're actually doing pretty good out there. Really haven't had too much problem other than volume. Just a lot of cars out there right now moving around. Seem to be moving pretty much the speed limit all the way through town, downtown Port Angeles anyway. Same thing in Squim along Washington Street, Squim Avenue, those areas. Busy, but moving along fairly smoothly. If you're on the highway between Port Angeles and Squim, you should be doing fine. No real issues out there. It is definitely busy leaving the Port Angeles area through our construction zone at Baker and Lees Creek. But beyond the Morris Creek area, things kind of smooth out, and it should be a good drive for you between the two. Beyond Squim, Hood Canal Bridge currently good to go with nothing scheduled this afternoon. If you're headed for the Seattle ferries, they are doing okay. A lot of people headed out that direction right now. I know the Edmonds Ferry is running late, about 20-25 minutes. Bainbridge is keeping on time, but definitely busy down there at the dock, so just be aware of that. If you're headed out to the West End, we're in good shape. No real problems out there. Roads are in good shape, and traffic is moving along smoothly. So everybody take care. Enjoy your afternoon. This is Steve reporting live from Clallam Transit for KONP.
Thank you, Steve. Your weather forecast calling for clouds to continue increasing through the afternoon and some showers by later this afternoon. Upper 50s to mid-60s for your highs. Cloudy tonight, then becoming partly cloudy again overnight. Lows in the mid-40s to low 50s. Looks like tomorrow is going to be cloudy with some showers late in the afternoon. And then as we look ahead to Friday, cloudy, still a chance of showers and highs in the 60s. Saturday, a little better. Independence Day should be sunny with mid to upper 60s on the way. Right now in Squim, it is 50, just flipped over, 60 degrees now, and it's 61 out at Fairchild Airport here in Port Angeles.
ABC Entertainment News.
I'm opening my beloved chocolate factory.
We're getting our first look at Netflix's Willy Wonka competition show. Wonka's The Golden Ticket will put 12 contestants and a partner of their choosing through challenges inspired by the film franchise. It'll stream on Netflix starting September 23rd.
Hello, Neely. How'd you know it was me?
Only person with my private number other than my dad.
Also coming in September, Prime Video's Reacher spinoff, Neely. All episodes will premiere on September 16th. The show follows Maria Sten's fan-favorite character, Frances Neely, as she investigates a friend's death. If you wanted to hear Chris Martin's unreleased take on a James Bond song, now's your chance. The cassette with an unreleased demo of the Coldplay singer's potential theme for The World Is Not Enough is now up for auction.
Millions of people are using AI chatbots to brainstorm, then turning that advice into a real plan. Before you act on yours, listen up. The chatbot's big idea might be delusional, and it's got you thinking some pretty out there thoughts too. I'm Kim Commando for Splash of AI. Every Thursday, I show regular folks how to use AI to solve real problems, save money, and get ahead. It's free at splashofai.com. Now, when I say delusional, I don't mean the chatbot's crazy. It's just computers running fancy math. And you're not crazy either. Here's the catch. The second you start typing, a chatbot tells you what you want to hear. It mirrors you. It echoes you right back. The whole trick is making you feel like you're talking to a someone, not a something. Never forget, it has no empathy. It's an illusion. They call it artificial intelligence. Just don't let it talk you into natural stupidity. And if you're not ahead in AI, you are left behind. Get my free newsletter at splashofai.com. Everyone's talking about artificial intelligence, but most of what you're hearing is either hype or hype around more hype. I'm Kim Commando, and every Thursday, I will cut right through it just for you. It's my new free newsletter. I called it Splash of AI, and it shows regular people how AI is actually saving time and real money right now. We're talking thousands of dollars, hours back in your week, and real tools that you can start using today, even if you're not a tech person. And of course, there's no jargon, there's no fluff, just the stuff that actually works. Explained in plain English the way that only I can do it. And it's totally free. It lands in your inbox every single Thursday. And once you read it, you'll wonder how you managed without it. So sign up right now while you're thinking about it. Go to splashofai.com. Artificial intelligence is not going away. It's only going to get more intrusive in your life. You need to know what's going on. And my free newsletter will help you out. So sign up right now at splashofai.com. That's splashofai.com. Your Thursday mornings are about to get a whole lot smarter.
John Tesh, and coming up, what's the best way to make plans and move forward with your life? I'll share advice on the best way to set goals. It's next in today's Intelligence for Your Life Minute.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4th of July sale and get 30% off paints and stains June 26th through July 6th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
So with so much uncertainty in life, how can we set goals and move forward? According to time management expert Laura Vanderkam, consider these words when making plans. Hold the near future tightly, hold the far future lightly, meaning if you're making plans for the next 2 weeks, Vanderkam says absolutely nail down as many details as possible. But if you're making plans for the next 6 to 12 months, go ahead and take action, like reserving a wedding venue or buying plane tickets for a vacation, but do not worry about specific details just yet. And beyond a year, you shouldn't make concrete plans at all. Just think in terms of what your long-term intentions are. That way, you can continue to move toward your longer-term goals without being caught off guard every time life throws you a curveball. Hold the near future tightly. Hold the far future lightly. Love it. John Tesh with today's Intelligence for Your Life Minute.
This 4th of July weekend, celebrate America in a uniquely Northwest way. I'm Scott Carty. Join me for America Northwest, a 2-hour special marking the nation's 250th birthday and our region's place in history. From Washington's role in innovation, music, and culture to the Pacific Northwest's lasting impact on this nation we call home. Hear the stories, the voices, and the pride of this small corner of the country. America Northwest, Friday morning at 6, right here on News Radio KONP.
The JFFA Free Summer Concerts on the Pier brings you live music at the Port Angeles City Pier every Wednesday night. Join us for some of music's brightest performers in a setting unlike anywhere else. An eclectic mix of musicians, youth activities, and an expanded beer and wine garden will help keep you cool while the music heats up your night. Come together for the Free Summer Concerts on the Pier, tonight and every Wednesday night at the Port Angeles City Pier. Go to jffa.org for details.
The North Peninsula's news, the North Peninsula's talk. News Radio KONP, Port Angela Squim, a Radio Pacific station.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. In North Dakota, President Trump toured the new Teddy Roosevelt Presidential Library in Medora near the Badlands. The president delivered remarks at the opening ceremony and took credit for signing the bill during his first term for the project that included transferring 90 acres of federal land for the library.
And today, the artistry and scholarship, technical skill on display right here and in that museum in particular is just fantastic. It's really great.
New details following the release of President Trump's financial disclosure forms to the Office of Government Ethics. The president's personal wealth increased last year by more than $2 billion. Earlier, he told reporters there was no conflict of interest. Police in Ohio say 4 family members are facing charges, including child endangerment, after the discovery of 16 children living in deplorable conditions. Vinton County Sheriff Ryan Kane outlined some of those conditions.
Most of our livestock was kept in better conditions than the children. It was extremely high presence, I'm sure, of bacterial and human feces. It was just a disgusting scene.
The children now in protective custody. A stunt at the Empire State Building today, beginning with a couple scaling the Empire Spire, where they flew a banner before climbing down where a proposal took place on a platform. It ended with the man and woman taken into custody. ABC News contributor and former NYPD Chief of Detectives Robert Boyce says the skilled daredevils didn't use harnesses or ropes and also breached security.
They didn't do any safety equipment, which puts it in a different perspective. It's reckless endangerment, felony. Because if they had fallen, they would have killed somebody else, could have killed somebody else on the way down from their own demise. So there's an issue right there, as well as criminal trespass and other ancillary charges that can go from there.
The breach comes as the NYPD is ramping up patrols and security ahead of the 4th holiday. You're listening to ABC News.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-970-3355. That's 800-970-3355. 800-970-3355.
It's been 1 week since Venezuela's devastating earthquakes. More than 2,000 people now confirmed dead. Officials, though, expect the death toll will rise. Crews continuing to dig and pulled a 3-year-old from the rubble after 6 days. ABC's James Longman is in Venezuela and spoke with Sean Butler, a rescue squad officer with the USA-2 out of L.A. County.
We believe there's somebody alive right now. When we use our listening devices, we can hear tapping on the concrete when we call to them.
So you really feel people are holding on, they're making it through? There are more survivors to be found?
Yes, absolutely. The way these buildings have collapsed, they create a lot of void spaces that allow people to survive for a long time.
In California, a bill to prevent sex offenders from running for office in the state has now been put on hold.
California Assembly Bill 2753 would have prohibited anyone who is or has been required to register as a sex offender from running for local elected office. It was introduced by Assemblywoman Esmeralda Soria.
This issue is critical. We have heard loud and clear from the community that we must do something.
The bill had seen wide support among lawmakers and passed the state assembly back in April, but this week it was put on hold in a California Senate committee, with members saying the bill was too broad and should only have applied to the most serious sex offenders. For now, registered sex offenders in California can run for office. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
On Wall Street today, stocks ending down. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Gas prices are out of the sky high. I mean, they're just ridiculous.
If it wasn't for food banks, I really don't know what I would do.
I don't have health insurance.
You know, during my lifetime I've worked, I really never got a pay raise. Meanwhile, billionaires and corporations are getting rich.
They tell us to be afraid of our neighbors because of who we voted for or where we were born.
But we are not falling for it.
Blue Collar, we have each other's backs. BlueCollarUnity.org.
Paid for by Firelands Workers Building Community Power.
Summer deals are on fire at the Swain's 4th of July sale. Clothing in particular is shifting to lighter and a lot less this time of year, so give your wardrobe a reset with some new Comfort Colors men's tank tops for just $4.87 each. Women's and kids swimwear is all 20% off, and the shoe department has got it all, with men's and women's Columbia footwear all 25% off. Men's and women's reef sandals and flip-flops are 20% off, and men's, women's, and kids aqua socks are only $10.87 each. Sale savings happening now at Swain's.
KONP News brought to you by RE/MAX Evergreen Real Estate. Outstanding agents, outstanding results. 457-6600. Search continuing for a missing 22-year-old Port Angeles man. Investigators say Gunnar Peterson was last seen early Sunday morning after leaving Bar 9 in downtown PA before reportedly getting a ride to Edis Hook. Family members later found personal belongings believed to be his. They are prompting an extensive search now that has involved some 22 active searchers, Coast Guard helicopters, even drones, and K-9 units. Fire officials warning residents to put away weed burners after one sparked a house fire near Sequim over this past weekend. 2 people displaced. Investigators say the blaze started when a homeowner was clearing some vegetation with a burner. Officials say dry conditions are increasing wildfire danger across the region.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast, brought to you by Olympic Game Farm. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times this afternoon. Daytime highs approaching 62. Winds out of the northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies again tonight. Lows level off around 48. Chance for rain tomorrow. High temperatures reach up to 59. Cloudy skies. Daytime highs approaching 63 Friday with a chance for isolated rain showers. 65. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times Saturday. A peek at the extended shows, 68 Sunday, 70 Monday, and 69 on Tuesday. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Right now, it's 61 degrees.
It's the Todd Ortloff Show on News Radio KONP. Now, here's Todd.
Welcome to the program. Got a lot to cover the next hour. We're going to be spending our first segment with a kind of a revisit, if you will. We do a couple times during the year a talk about the Port Angeles City Shade Street Tree Program, now in its 4th year. And you've probably heard a little bit of news a couple of weeks ago. We reported on that things are opened up again for you to apply to be part of that if you live in the city of Port Angeles. So we welcome Courtney Bornsworth, who's the Natural Resources and Grant Administrator for the city, to come in and talk. This is the 2nd year now she's come in to talk about this program with us. So Courtney, it's great to see you.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having me.
So let's roll back and just talk a bit about what this program is generally. Some people may not even realize what's been going on the past 4 years.
Yeah. So this program was started by a community member, Paul Forrest, who had this vision for a greener, more vibrant Port Angeles, especially in our residential communities. So Paul really started this effort from the ground up. He grew a lot of the trees himself for the first 2 years of the program. And since 2023, the city has been collaborating with Paul on those efforts to get those trees planted citywide. It's a way for us to distribute trees to residents throughout the city at no cost to them.
Strictly a volunteer program, too, which is the uniqueness of this, right? People
yes.
kind of pick, yeah, I might want to do this. There's there's some specifics as to where you can plant these things, but not everybody can do it, and not everybody has to do it.
Correct. Yeah. So this is simply a way for us to make planting trees throughout the city more affordable for those who are interested. You definitely don't have to do the program if you don't want to, but for those who are interested, it's a really great way for us to get some more species diversity out there, and again, make it a really affordable way to get plants in the ground for folks.
Maybe not a fair question, but I'll ask it anyway, because Paul, I would talk to him about this, is how this got started. I mean, really, frankly, had to do with the fact the wrong kinds of trees were planted a long time ago, and they were making sidewalks pop up and all those sorts of things. These are species that are friendlier to a city environment.
Correct. Yeah. So we go through, we have a full list of species that are approved to be planted throughout the city, specifically in our urban environment. So each year we go through that list and we find the best suited species for the year. We're always thinking about things like drought tolerance, especially throughout the drier summer months now that we're having them. And then making sure that those species have, pretty low aggressive roots, I would say, to make sure that we don't end up with the same situations we have in the past with buckling sidewalks and tripping hazards. And then we also want to make sure that we are accounting for species that we can plant in situations where there's power lines overhead. So some low-growing species, which other people who may have applied in years past may not have received trees because the species were too tall or something along those lines.
Good point. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons you're here is that perhaps you applied, you didn't fit the qualifications a year or two ago. You might this year.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So mixing up the species on a year-to-year basis really gives the most flexibility for those who were not able to receive them in the past.
So explain these have to be planted in a right-of-way, correct? Still, that's part of the rule?
Yep, that's still part of the rule. So this is the street tree program.
Right.
So part of that requirement is that the trees are planted in that right-of-way space. We want it to be a public benefit for all, even though the folks who are applying for the trees are, private citizens and putting them in front of their homes. We still want those communal benefits of the trees.
But the other part of that is the price is pretty good for the tree, and you also get some help in getting this thing going, at least.
Yeah, correct. So again, there's no cost associated with this for those who are applying for them. And we did have this put into, city budget a while back so that this is part of our regular ongoing efforts to green up Port Angeles.
And you don't leave folks kind of hanging out there. You give some instruction on how these trees should be cared for. I mean, if it's sitting in front of your house, this is what kind of watering schedule this tree may need at the first few years.
Correct. Yep. So everybody who applies and is approved for a tree will be invited to our Arbor Day celebration, which is in October. So part of that celebration is picking up your packet, and your packet has a full species information for the tree that you were given, with the watering regimes and pertinent information on how to keep that tree healthy and alive.
Because you're responsible for the first 2 years, correct, on this to kind of take care of it, make sure it's going to go. What happens after 2? Now that we're 4 years in, so you've got some trees out there that are beyond 2 years. Is the city then kind of taking those over? Or what?
Yep. So we are going through and doing like a cursory inventory right now of all of the trees that were planted in the past, just to see how things are going, making sure that trees are still alive and thriving. And, with the younger trees, they don't require a lot of maintenance the first few years. It's really once they're full and mature and established, we have to do things like keeping the branches trimmed up above the sidewalks, making sure that, again, there's no tripping hazards associated with them. But we're just not at that stage yet with how mature this program
is. These are trees. 4 years is
it's
really not long in a tree's life.
Correct.
Certainly. How many trees have gone out so far? Do you know by?
So I want to say over the last 4 years, we've planted close to 500 trees throughout the city. Okay. Which is a pretty good number.
Yeah. There is a limited number each year. That's also part of why there's an application process. So how many this year? Tell us about the species that are going to be available.
Yeah, this year we are going to have 90 trees available. So as an applicant, you can apply for 2 trees. It works out well with spacing typically. With most residential lots. We have 4 different species that we're offering this year. So we are offering the Sky Tower Ginkgo, Persian Ironwood, Starlight Dogwood, and the Sterling Silver Linden. So the first 3 that I mentioned are some of the slower and smaller growing tree species, so that we could have ample small species suited for the program. And then the lindens are more of a larger specimen. So those are going to be well suited for folks that don't have any utility constraints and can potentially have the space available for those to grow into maturity.
And if you didn't know, this is for the residential areas in the city. This is intended for folks who live in a neighborhood.
Correct.
Right. So, and you drive around, it's interesting. We don't have a lot of neighborhood trees.
Right.
I mean, there are some neighborhoods that do, but for the most part, it's kind of barren when it comes to trees.
Yeah, and I think that was what spurred this whole program in the first place, was that Paul realized that our residential neighborhoods are really lacking in tree canopy cover, and how can we find an equitable solution to make that so that we can green up our space.
Okay, so if you live in the city of Port Angeles and you got a planting strip is one way we describe where this goes, right?
Yep.
Yeah, out there in front of between the sidewalk and the street. and you want to apply, what do we do?
So we have a dedicated website on the city's website. You can just search for the City Shade Street Tree Program at cityofpa.us, and it should pop up with an online application. It's a very simple application. It just asks for your name, your address, and phone number, etc. And then once you hit submit, that just comes to staff, and staff do a review of your address, determine whether or not you have suitable space, whether or not there's, a main water line or something underneath your planting space. And then we will assign applicable species for that application and notify folks, I believe, sometime in September, once we have all of our mapping and species selection done, whether or not they have qualified.
Okay. And if you get the yes, this year, I'm looking at the notes, you're going to be delivering the trees.
We
Is that
are,
right?
yes. So a lesson learned from last year. So we ended up purchasing trees that were pretty substantial in size last year and quite heavy. So we figured with the size of the trees and just the complexities with unloading and up, it was just easier to make sure that we had all of the trees loaded up, and we will be delivering those trees to your home. So there's no need for anybody to come and try and lift up, a 150-pound tree, put it in the back of their pickup truck and haul it home. We'll take care of the delivery.
I should have asked you too, on that same page, there's information about what your requirements and things are on the application. Is that correct? So somebody can, if they're thinking about it and want some more info, that's a good place to go.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So our phone number and email address are there for folks
Drop
who have
a line.
more questions.
It's like, how big of a hole am I going to need? That sort of stuff, right?
Yep. And planting demonstrations, again, will be provided during the Arbor Day
Excellent.
celebration. So folks have a good idea of how to plant these pretty nice, substantial trees.
All right. And by the way, that's on Saturday, October 24th. So you can kind of see how this timeline works. Apply now. You'll find out in September, and October 24th is when things hit the ground, so to speak.
Quite literally.
Right. All right. It's a great program. It's pretty cool that 500 trees are out there because of it. And they're different trees from what most people would even think about in some cases.
Yeah.
All very nice, I should point out. Different, not in a bad different way. Different in what we normally don't see in a nursery, for example, sometimes.
Yes. Yeah. So I think one of the benefits of being able to source from our approved street tree list is that we do have many options, and we're not limiting folks just to a few species.
Yeah. All right. So head over to the city's website. There's a big old link. I was on there earlier. You can't miss it.
Yes.
and sign up, or at least get some info from the folks over at the city. Courtney, it's great to talk to you again.
Yeah, thanks
for
Todd.
coming in and chatting about the City Shade Street Tree Program. Easy for you to say. In its fourth year this year, and the deadline is coming up. And head over to the city's website for more info. That's Courtney Bornsworth, who's the Natural Resources and Grants Administrator for the city. We're going to take a break. We're staying city themed. We're going to switch chairs here and bring in Carter Droz next, who's with Parks and Rec. We're going to talk about the Day of Play that is fast approaching as well here in PA right after this.
Hi, it's Dan Shappy with Farmers Insurance. Community matters, and that's why we're proud to support Todd Ordloff and local voices that keep us connected. If you want insurance advice from real neighbors, stop by our office on Peabody Street. Real people helping real people right here at home.
Dan Shappy and Farmers Insurance is proud to sponsor the Todd Ortloff Show every Monday through Thursday at 1 p.m.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
And now a word from our friends at the Eagles Club in Port Angeles. They welcome new members every day. Be part of the club with some fantastic membership perks right now, like discounted cover charges for events, live music, discounted facility rental, a whole lot more. The friendly faces behind the bar will greet you with foods and snack options every day, and you'll always feel like you're right at home when you step inside the Eagles Club. They offer something for everyone. Poker on Tuesdays with a $20 buy-in. Just bring a member to sign you in. And stop by on Wednesday and experience the Imperfectionist Music Jam session. That's free with an Eagles member to sign you in as well. On Thursdays, pop on by for Barstool Bingo at 6 p.m. The sales start at 5:30. And Friday, the members-only Queen of Hearts raffle is up to a jackpot of over $30,000. And every Saturday evening, you'll hear some live music from very talented local musicians. Sundays, they serve breakfast to the public, 9:30 till noon. Find out more by becoming an Eagles member today. Stop on by or call 360-452-3344.
Caring for a loved one takes heart and sometimes a helping hand.
Our Adult Day Stay program provides a safe, supportive environment with meals, activities, and on-site nursing care from just 30 minutes up to 10 hours with no minimum commitment for only $25 an hour.
Care for your loved one and peace of mind for you.
This is Andy McGill, Executive Director at Dungeness Court Memory Care.
Call 360-582-9309 to schedule a free assessment today.
Looking for the perfect place to enjoy your next chapter? Come tour Lavender Meadows in Sequim, featuring beautiful, affordable homes for active 55-plus living. Enjoy modern, low-maintenance living, plus pickleball courts, a community garden, and clubhouse gatherings.
Hey folks, this is Courtney over at Lavender Meadows. We hope to see you soon to check out our 8 new floor plans. Don't forget to ask us about our lease-to-own options.
Come home to Lavender Meadows. Visit lavendermeadowsmhc.com.
Straight View Credit Union has been serving the Port Angeles area for nearly 90 years. The recent partnership merger with Great Northwest Federal Credit Union will bring exciting new products while maintaining the same team, location, and quality of service you've come to expect. We are anchored in the people helping people principle that sets credit unions apart. Federally insured by NCUA. Straight View, a division of Great Northwest Federal Credit Union, where community comes together.
Welcome back. We're going to talk about the Day of Play, which is fast approaching, actually just a couple of weekends away on Saturday, July 18th in Port Angeles. And we have from the City of PA's Parks and Recs, the facilities coordinator there, Carter Droves. And Carter, good to see you again.
Hey, good to see you too.
And we've talked in the past about this very event, and here we go again. So tell us a bit about what's up for Day of Play. Maybe before you tell how this got started, I mean, what the kind of the reasoning behind it is, and then we'll get into what the schedule looks like.
Yeah, for sure. So this event coincides with our National Parks and Recreation Month in July. It's a great way to explore recreational activities available to our area in particular. You know, we have the water and the mountains, so quite a few options there. It's our way to get people out in the community, right. Try new things.
And I know in years past it's been a way to try to get people to just see what some of the parks are in the city as well as you go around, and maybe just an excuse to show up at some places that you might not normally go to.
Yeah. Right. Hopefully it gets people out of their comfort zones in a good way. Mm-hmm. Get people sail on the water, things like that. So lay out what's going to happen around here on the 18th on that whole day, and it is a full day of things going on. Oh, yeah. So starts at 9 a.m. We'll be going, into the evening. There'll be activities going on all over town throughout the whole day, usually 2 to 3 hours for each one. We have a road map and a brochure available on our website. Quite a few options, like I was saying.
Now, in years past, it's been a bit, coordinated. You're trying to get folks into businesses as well as facilities, too. Is that still a bit of the theme?
Yeah, so a lot of our local businesses and organizations, some nonprofits, get people seeing what all we have to offer. Yeah.
What has been your favorite of the last couple of years in working on putting this together?
Honestly, it's really fun for me to see just the variety of what we have to offer. I love working with these groups. They're amazing. I mean, they volunteer their own time to put on these free events. But I think my favorite is ending it with a bang. We've got the concert at the pier.
Right. They do a little special add-on concert at the pier on that night. So, yeah. And this year it is, I had it in front of me. I'll find it in just a minute.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah, I'll let you know. It'll come to me in just a moment. Give us an example of some of the things that, you've got this map, you go around, but give us a little flavor, not every place, but what's happening at certain places.
Oh, yeah. So we'll have the brochure on our website or available in the parks office to pick up to start off. A lot of our activities will have some paper copies, The kids can take those around, do these family-friendly activities like at the Fine Arts Center. There'll be an art project. You've got, starting off the day, I think at 9 a.m., should be on the brochure. We've got the Olympic Peninsula Rowing Association doing some trial runs for rowing. You can get a free boat ride in the harbor with the yacht club. New this year, we have a sports equipment swap at the library. And then, like I said earlier, end in with the concert.
All right. So you're talking about kids in the passport thing. We'll talk about that in just a moment. But this isn't just for kids.
Right.
This is right. So us old kids
There
are
you go.
invited to come out.
Absolutely. It's family friendly, free activities for the whole group.
Now, I want to talk about the kids' passport, though, because that is a big part of this, and you have lined up, it's kind of a treasure hunt, I guess, might be. It's a recreational treasure hunt.
Yeah.
So how does this work?
So when you have that brochure with you, it doubles as a passport. All the kids that participate in their activities throughout town, they can get a stamp at each one, and each stamp will enter them into a prize drawing. So the week following, I'll go through and I'll pull some prizes. We've got things like Welly's ice cream tokens, Swain's gift cards, YMCA 1-month membership. Should I just go through the whole list?
Yeah, go ahead.
There we go.
Get them all. Right.
We've got a family package to the Fine Arts Center Wintertide Festival, 4-hour Loomis rental. It's great for birthday parties.
That's out at Lincoln Park for those who don't know, the big spot, right? Yeah.
There you go. The log cabin out there.
Yep.
A 1-hour laser tag party, up to 12 players with red line laser tag, and a bubble blaster. That'll
Excellent.
be with straight up foam.
Excellent. So lots of fun things that
Oh,
you
yeah.
could win there as well. You just have to get your passport checked. And you have, if I recall right, you got a day or so to get that passport back after you do it. So you don't have to rush somewhere at the end of the day.
Right. Yeah, we'll be accepting them the whole week after the event.
Got it. Okay. By the way, it's Reckless Dove is playing that night. That's what I didn't want to give the wrong band. I had that. I thought it was them, but I needed to double check. So, and that concert actually goes from 6 until 8 down at City Pier.
There we go.
So that's a great way you can go around and do all your recreating and then dance a little bit at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Right. How many years have you been doing this officially at the city?
I've been doing this event. This will be my 3rd year.
Right.
Last year, actually, to add on to my favorite part of it, we had some family in town from Alaska. And we got to go around with them. We made our whole game plan the night before, and we checked them off the list as we went through. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. And the weather will be perfect. I guarantee it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So get out and play on Port Angeles Day of Play. It's back again on Saturday, July 18th. Best thing to do, probably hit over to the website, the city's website, so you can get all of the info on, a map, even if you're not doing the treasure hunt. But the treasure hunt map is there as well. You can take a look at everything that's on display or take, you want to learn about rowing, so you'll know where to go for that, and et cetera. Very good. Carter, great to talk to you about this. Good luck. I know this is the last push, and this is a big event, so and hopefully we get a lot of folks out that day as well. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
All right, that's Carter DeRose. He is the facilities coordinator at Parks and Rec for the city of Port Angeles, talking about the Day of Play on Saturday, July 18th in Port Angeles. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back and talk with my friend Jerry Rotella, Korean War veteran, and a guy that just simply amazing. Speaking of recreate, he is doing the seniors games again, and we're going to get an update on what he's been up to lately right after this.
This is the Todd Ortloff Show on News Radio KONP.
The JFFA Free Summer Concerts on the Pier brings you live music at the Port Angeles City Pier every Wednesday night. Join us for some of music's brightest performers in a setting unlike anywhere else. An eclectic mix of musicians, youth activities, and an expanded beer and wine garden will help keep you cool while the music heats up your night. Come together for the Free Summer Concerts on the Pier, tonight and every Wednesday night at the Port Angeles City Pier. Go to jffa.org for details.
In 1925, a news headline read, "Nothing in the Northwest to equal the natural golf experience." By 1926, veteran golf course designer Francis James turned Dalton Farm in Port Angeles into Peninsula Golf Club. Peninsula Golf Club took advantage of the natural fairways there, perfect putting greens, and natural draining system in a picture-perfect location. And today, 100 years later, local golfers and even PGA legend Byron Nelson believe that Peninsula Golf Club lived up to and went beyond those early declarations. Peninsula Golf Club is a true golf gem found right here in a most beautiful setting. And you're invited to their 100th anniversary celebration Friday, July 24th, so stay tuned for details. But why wait? Come visit Peninsula for a round of golf this week. The fairways are wide open.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. In North Dakota, President Trump toured the Theodore Roosevelt Library in Medora, ahead of now delivering remarks at the opening ceremony. The president arriving on the new Air Force One gifted from Qatar. ABC's Selena Wang with more.
There's been bipartisan concern over the conflicts of interest here, the ethical, the legal, the national security concerns. Remember, this is a $400 million gift from Qatar. This is likely the largest gift ever from a foreign government. And the Pentagon has spent the last year, as well as hundreds of millions of dollars in taxpayer money, to retrofit this plane and do the necessary security upgrades to make sure that it's fit for use by the President of the United States.
In New York City, a couple scaled the Empire State Building's spire today in what appeared to be a protest that ended in a proposal, both now facing charges. A heat dome bearing down on much of the country with dangerous triple-digit field temperatures, raising the risk of life-threatening conditions. This is ABC News.
Here's your News Radio KONP forecast, brought to you by Olympic Game Farm. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times this afternoon. Daytime highs approaching 62. Winds out of the northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies again tonight. Lows level off around 48. Chance for rain tomorrow. High temperatures reach up to 59. Cloudy skies. Daytime highs approaching 63 Friday with a chance for isolated rain showers. 65. Sunshine mixed with clouds at times Saturday. A peek at the extended shows, 68 Sunday, 70 Monday, and 69 on Tuesday. That's a look at your forecast. I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Right now, it's 61 degrees.
All right, in our next segment, my good friend Jerry Fritella is back. Jerry's old Korean war vet, who we've talked about that in a while. We'll probably touch a little bit on his involvement still with that, too. But we also want to talk with him about the senior games, because he's involved with that. And the fact that at 91 he is still competing. He's still out there doing his stuff, and that's why I always love to talk to you. It just puts a smile on my face that you're so active and you're still, nobody... If you told me you were 91, I would not believe it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So anyway, good to see you again, Jerry.
That's
Thanks
great.
for coming in.
Thank you.
Let's start first about the senior games. You're very much involved in the senior games. Yes. You've won a few medals in the senior games as well. So what is the latest with you? And maybe you can give a little of your story and how you've been racquetballing right through through senior games for years and years now.
That's correct. It's rather interesting. It's just that the senior games are going on right now, and for racquetball that'll be in a couple of weeks.
Okay,
and that will be held in Olympia, and I'm in charge. I'm in charge of the racquetball.
So you're the commissioner, right, as they call it, right?
The commish.
Yeah, the commish.
So it should be interesting. It's just that how many players show up, and it's rather interesting too. It's just that I will always qualified at the state level to play in the nationals, and I just found out that they preempted racquetball in the nationals.
Oh my goodness! So there's no racquetball this year for nationals?
For nationals, but the following year it's supposed to be in Birmingham, Alabama, and they may entertain racquetball.
You need to yell at these guys because you've got some clout.
No, they're just interested in the money. I just don't know. I just can't.
Right. Why did they do it with? I mean, is that lack of players, or what prompts that?
What's interesting? I was discussing that with my wife last night, and we're trying to determine as to what caused them to preempt a racquetball from the nationals, and it could have been that. It could have been the factor that they didn't have proper facilities, and or they felt at that particular time that there's a lack of players playing racquetball, and so it could be a number of things that, of course, I'm not aware of, but.
But you're still doing it at the state level, so you still have that.
Yes, still doing it.
Right.
I'm in charge of that on the state level, and so I will be competing as well.
Right. So what level do you compete at? At 91?
Yes.
Where do you go to get competition?
Well, that's interesting. I have to play these young guys that are 85. And it's rather interesting. It's just if I don't have anybody that is in my age bracket, that I have to play lower,
right,
and play these young guys, and so that's okay with me. That's okay with me. It's just that.
If I recall it talking with you when you did nationals a couple of years ago.
Yes.
You played down, had to play down, and or is it up? They're down in age, but it can be up in competition, right? You did quite well.
Yes, I did. Yeah. Yes, I came in third in the nationals, and so that was quite an accomplishment. So I was really happy about that.
I think those guys, those young 85-year-olds, probably look at you and go, "What is it? I got this guy beat. This 91-year-old dude." Yeah, right.
But you never take anything for granted, you know. It's just so. But it's a fun sport.
How long have you played racquetball?
I started in 1974.
Okay.
And I came from handball to racquetball, and but I played. Ironically, I played paddle tennis prior to that.
Okay.
And that's equivalent to
kind of like pickleball is.
Pickleball,
yeah.
Equivalent to pickleball. So, I grew up. I was the captain of the tennis team in high school, and then I also belonged to the Westport Beach Club, which had I'm trying to think of anyways, I was trying to think of the game there, the paddle tennis.
Oh, okay. All right. So they actually had a sanctioned paddle tennis going on.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. At the Westport Beach Club. So I played there as well, and in fact I did fairly well. Is that I was invited to play on a state level at Jack Kramer's facility in San Pedro, California.
Okay.
So I played Vic Braden, and was a well-known tennis star at that time.
Wow. So as a young buck, you were doing all right.
I was doing extremely well. So
it just kind of stuck. It sounds like, right? You were joking though about, and you just alluded to this. It's getting hard for you to find people to play against these days.
That's correct.
Even outside of tournaments and such.
Well, you know, I do belong to the facilities up here, and are able to play. The players here, I try to encourage players to participate in the state games as well, and so.
Take us through real quick how you qualify at the state games. Who's in? How does somebody get to the state games in racquetball, for example?
Well, see, in racquetball, is that they can qualify by just making an entry and paying the entry fee, and show up. And what happens is that if you take first or second place, you're qualified to go to the nationals in your age level.
But it's quite a tournament, right? I mean, what you're running here in a couple of weeks is a lot of people playing racquetball.
Yes.
Over how long does that last?
We'll be playing in a facility in Lacey, at LA Fitness Club, and so they if they win first or second place, then they qualify for the senior games.
But I would
nationals.
think there's probably some divisions that got a lot of players in it that sign
up
to do this thing. Right?
Yes.
It's not like you're gonna have to win quite a bit to get to that first or second.
The younger crowd, of course, you get more enrollment in the younger crowd, and so.
Now, by younger crowd, let's talk about that at the senior games level. What would be the younger crowd for senior
the younger
games?
crowd will be in, I believe, we played, I guess he was about 55.
Oh, Jeez, I'm ancient then. Anyway, it just shows you. So it's mid-50s is where this really starts as far as most of the athletes in this too.
Yeah, that's true. But I had opportunity to play in Las Vegas, and it was quite interesting. There's a story there that went. I don't know. Do we have time?
Go ahead, give it. Yeah,
okay. Well, what's interesting is just I took my mother with me to the games in Las Vegas, and so she was a spectator, and I was playing a person from I think he was from Arkansas. And what had happened when we were in play, I apparently was too close to him, and he hit me with the racket.
Oh, okay.
I doubled over. I straightened myself up, and my mother screamed out, "Don't you hit my boy!"
with the Italian accent and everything, right?
Anyways,
did that help you out? Did it throw
no,
him?
No.
Okay.
What happened? I turned around and I looked up, and I looked at my mother. It's okay, Mother. I'm all right.
Yeah.
So I turned around and I apologized to my player, and to him, and then we continued playing, and then finished it up.
Did you win?
No.
Okay, that's all I can. It's a lot of fun, and I know that one of the things I first met you, well, in a lot of ways, at the YMCA, and I was impressed way back then at just how active you were. And we were just chatting a bit about you, and you're 91, and the reason you're able to do be as spry as you are is because you are able to stay active, and I know that's one of the messages you have in talking about racquetball, like coming on here talking about being the commish for the senior games for racquetball is stay active, stay moving.
That's right. I encourage. There are a lot of players that get injured at an early stage, and they have a tendency to quit. And if I have a chance, I'll have a chance to talk to them. And I says, "No, you really don't have to quit. You really don't have to quit." And I says, "You can look at me." I says, "Look at all. I'm still active, and I love the game." And I says, "Go ahead."
Do you tell them about you've had 2 knee replacements, 2 hip replacements, and you're still doing this?
I try to avoid doing that. No.
But it shows it, and you still stay at it.
Yes,
so.
yes.
Yeah.
So it's so important, and my wife and I both enjoy still playing pickleball. And
I bet you two are
pardon?
Dynamite at pickleball. I don't think I'd want to take you guys on.
I'm still able to get around.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I bet. All right. If that wasn't enough, you stay very much involved with with a lot of veterans services too. We've talked about your efforts to get highways renamed around here, as well as things. And there's also a really interesting thing, and we haven't talked about this in a while, and that's hot dogs.
Yeah.
And you tell me you're back at doing the hot dog thing. So tell people a bit about what this program is.
Okay. What is interesting is that I had an opportunity. My wife and I had an opportunity to go back to Korea, and the government was picking up the tab. And so we planned to go back to South Korea. And when we were at the airport, I happened to notice and looked up in the foyer. It's just that there was a USO facility up there, and I turned around and told my wife, Susan, is just that, I think I'll go up there and see if there's anything that I can help them with or give them. And so, sure enough, I went up there and I talked to the man in charge. And he says, yes, there's a dire need for hot dogs and buns. I says, well, okay. So I says, well, that's rather interesting. I says, I'll see if I can get some support and give you some hot dogs. And so I I am a member of the local Elks here, and so I approached them and asked them if they would be helpful and assisting me in securing hot dogs for the troops over at the USO at SeaTac Airport.
Yeah.
And this is, we'd be more than happy to facilitate them and support you if you're willing to pick up the hot dogs, and we'll support you. And so I said yes. So ironically, it got to the point where I was taking hot dogs over to the SeaTac Airport every month.
Yeah.
Every month I was taking at least, I would say 12 packages of hot dogs, and it's amazing. And they were the Costco hot dogs, and so they're the big ones, Polish dogs, and so I told them I'll be doing it as long as I'm physically able to. Of course, that's a long trip all the way from Port Angeles all over to SeaTac,
and then back.
And back,
yeah.
So it was rather interesting.
So I think it's just, what's interesting is that it's a simple thing like hot dogs. I mean, that just seems like of all the things that they need, that it's hot dogs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, right.
But this has turned into, I know, more than just a delivery of hot dogs. You've created a whole network of friends in this thing too, haven't you?
I have, and it's great. Networking with a lot of people, and especially meeting new personnel at the USO, at SeaTac, it's been rather interesting, and so they look forward to me coming there every month. And
you're bringing good hot dogs. That's the other thing too.
Right.
You're not bringing any of these skimpy things off the back shelf.
None of those shorties.
Yeah. So, I think that's great. What are you working on next? I mean, obviously you're doing this, but you got anything else brewing up?
Ironically, I'm still the president of the Korean War veterans here in the community. Of course, it got to the point where it's diminishing returns, which means there's only rather about 3 or 4 members left. We're all in our 90s, and so the participation was getting smaller and smaller, and so it's it got to the point where it turned out that you only have 1 or 2 people, and so.
Well, you have been the banner bearer of that group, though, something fierce, and I know you still are. You're still out getting getting the proclamation every year. For Korean War veterans, Remembrance Day, and all of that as well. And I really appreciate that.
That's right. The proclamation just went out.
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
That's how I keep track of you. I see you coming up on a county commissioner agenda now and again. Okay, Jerry's around. We got to get him on the show again. All right. Okay. Jerry, it's so good to talk to you. Good luck in a couple of weeks being the commish, but also competing.
That's right.
Don't let those youngsters
That's
kick
right,
you around.
those youngsters at 85, yeah.
Gerald Rotella, it's always great to chat with you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for stopping by. All right, we're going to take a break, and we're going to a little revisit with Mark Abshire next. Just a little rundown of what's happening for the 4th of July here in Port Angeles in our next segment. Stick around.
Weekend antisocial.
Hi, it's Dan Shappy with Farmers Insurance. Ever call somewhere and get stuck in a phone maze so long you start questioning your life choices?
Press 1 to speak to a robot. Press 2 to be routed to the number 4 button. Press 3 to be disconnected inexplicably.
Yeah, we don't do that. We're right here in Port Angeles at 405 South Peabody Street. You need help? Just stop in. We'll look up, smile, and actually talk with you. Farmers Insurance, here when you need us.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Your battery is the heart of your electrical system. Be sure to check the health of your battery with the Heartline. The Heartline on the truck route is your battery connection for cars, bikes, commercial, marine, and power sports. My family and I love helping the community. We offer free inspections, testing, and free installation, and are proud to offer made in the U.S. Deca batteries to keep you moving. The Heartline, We're your one-stop shop on the truck route. Stop by or give a call, 452-3157.
Welcome to Volunteer Spotlight, sponsored by Jim Hagwood, Port Angeles Realty. This is Alan Barnard, and this Volunteer Spotlight shines once again on our Clallam County All-Volunteer Disaster Airlift Response Team, known as DART. The DART continues to grow and refine their life-saving capabilities with annual intensive training of over 20 pilots with their own airplanes and 30 ground support folks. Our DART is the first and only fully developed all-volunteer DART in Washington State. As part of DART training, Grocery Outlet and Costco Wholesale have generously stepped up to provide non-perishable food items for our DART pilots to transport to our county airports, where the food is then donated to local food banks. We train to save lives when needed. Our website is clallamdart.com or call 360-461-0175.
This is the Todd Ortloff Show on News Radio KONP.
Your local volunteer fire department desperately needs you. Can you direct traffic, install a smoke alarm, help at fundraisers? Then your community could use your help. You don't have to fight fire to be a volunteer. Visit volunteerfirefighteralliance.org.
Hey there, Dawn Riley with Olympic Hot Tub. Make this the summer you start to relax and feel better right in your own home. During our All-American Soak, Swim, and Sauna event, enjoy liberating savings on a saltwater hot tub, swim spa, or sauna, with up to 3 years to pay for it interest-free. A soak or swim under the stars, a sauna after a long day. Celebrate feeling better today. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Olympic Hot Tub.
Hey everybody, Todd here at Price Ford. And backed by popular demand, Ford has come out with the employee pricing for everyone. And I'm not talking about what I would pay as an employee. I'm talking about what the corporate employees pay. You can't buy a new Ford for less money. This offer covers almost every vehicle in the Ford lineup. So if you're in the market for a new Ford, hurry down to Price Ford right on Highway 101, right next to Walmart in Port Angeles, and we'll have a vehicle waiting for you.
Welcome back to the program. Lots going on in Port Angeles to celebrate Independence Day and especially the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. And we're going to revisit a talk we had with Port Angeles Chamber of Commerce Executive Director Mark Abshire on our morning show a couple of days ago about all the things that are lined up.
Everything's in shape. Everything's coming together. It's going to be a big, big day. I mean, it's a big weekend, actually. Yeah. It's going to be a big... several days, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Looks like the weather's going to cooperate.
I think so. We're going to get a little rain here beforehand just to get everything cleaned out and washed up, and then we'll be setting up tents and getting everything set up. It's going to be a fun day. Really great day downtown.
To explain for folks the downtown, with the vendor stuff in the kids zone and that's because there's stuff happening like all day down there that people can take.
Yeah, and it ranges really from City Pier over to where the ice rink lot normally is. Ice rink lot is the location for the cornhole tournament.
I love the flag there.
And the flag,
that looks so good.
Yep. And we're getting the grandstands in there, and there'll be a lawnmower derby in that lot in the afternoon on the 4th. In the morning, it's cornhole tournament, and then that stretches all the way across over to City Pier. The Gateway Transit Center is going to be a laser tag area. And then City Pier parking lot's going to be kid zone and all kinds of stuff going on. A giant slide, bigger slide than last year. We had a big slide.
That's cool.
It's
Even bigger this year?
Even bigger this year.
Okay.
And a lot going on. And tons of vendors on the pier. And that's going on all day long. We have a beer garden out there as well. But Mars Garden is playing at 4 o'clock. Right. But before that, we have the apple pie baking contest. And we have the World Cruise Ship's going to be in town. They are providing a judge for, they're actually providing 2 judges for the apple pie baking contest. One is their head of house or whatever, right, and the other is one of the chefs.
Yeah, you were telling me
their
this
pastry
yesterday,
chef,
right?
Yeah,
oh my
their pastry chef is going to be a judge.
You're going to have legit judging happening this year.
Yeah, in addition to we'll have a coastie there, and some other local officials who will be judges for the hub.
Now, for folks who want to do the apple pie, how does that work? Because
you just
bring
show
your
up.
Pie, right?
You don't have to sign up. You just show up with your pie between 11 and noon on the 4th of July at on the City Pier stage. Show up with your apple pie, and the winner last year was the first time she baked an apple pie. And she won.
Lucky. That is cool.
Great.
It's amazing.
I love it.
But was there a professional on the panel last year?
We have had
you had McDermott.
McDermott. Yeah, she's been a judge, and that's an expert.
Okay.
I mean, she's written a book on how to bake an apple pie.
So you could get lucky.
So she has participated.
A first pie could get lucky again.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But anyway, after the apple pie, then we have hot dog eating contest on City Pier stage. All this is there's probably, I don't know, I think it's like 40, 50 vendors going to be down there. So lots going on, lots of great food. And then the concerts start at 4 with Mars Garden. The parade kicks off at 6 downtown. Mm-hmm. Oh, forgot to mention the pet parade. That's
at 11,
new.
right?
That's 11.
So where is that happening?
It starts down at Field Arts and Events Hall, and they go down Railroad to City Pier. And they're not going to be on the street because we didn't close the street for the pet parade.
It's more of a sidewalk parade.
It's a sidewalk parade because it's our first year. We're just checking it out just to see.
But
if
you
it's
want
popular.
People bring some costumes on the pets.
Yeah, patriotic. Yeah, dress your pet up for the to celebrate the nation's 250 years.
I love it.
Yeah. So then that goes. The parade will be the big parade will be 6 to 7 or so, and then after that we have the Black Diamond Junction concert down on City Pier. That's our big headliner concert.
Wait, who are they?
It's a great local band, and I'm really happy
I'm
that we're having.
I'm excited to see them.
I am too. It's really kind of celebrating our 250th. It's a true hometown celebration, and so anyway, great concert, and then following that would be the fireworks out over the harbor. So it's gonna be a big day.
The parade itself, the big parade.
Yeah.
Give us the route again, just so folks know where they need to be.
The best would be, First Street near Laurel, because they turn down Laurel. So they come, down First, the way the traffic normally flows. Then they turn left on Laurel, go down to Railroad Avenue, turn left again, and then go up and go around by Field Arts and Events Hall. So that the best place is probably like Laurel. The corner of Laurel and First is really where the fountain is. Mm-hmm. That's and then spread out from there to find a good spot. But that's a good spot, good place to hang out.
All right.
This is the Todd Ortloff Show on News Radio KONP.
Since 2011, Grocery Outlet has held their annual Independence from Hunger food drive every July. Head to Grocery Outlet in Port Angeles from now through the end of the month to partake in their 16th annual Independence from Hunger food drive. All proceeds are distributed directly to the Port Angeles Food Bank as well as the PA School District Food Insecurity Program. There are several different ways to participate. Donate $5 or more in a single transaction and receive a coupon for $5 off a future purchase of $25 or more. Purchase a pre-made bag of groceries to be put in the collection bin at the store, or donate online by visiting groceryoutlet.com/donate and choosing the Port Angeles store. Support our locally owned and operated grocery outlet right here in Port Angeles as they support our community. Follow them on Facebook at Port Angeles Grocery Outlet to learn more. Located on East Highway 101.
Grocery Outlet Bargain Market.
There's no better way to explore the peninsula than riding an Aventon e-bike from Squim Bike Studio. Cruise the Olympic Discovery Trail, conquer hills with confidence, and go farther with every ride. Power your ride, expand your adventure. Whether you're new to e-bikes or ready to upgrade, Squim Bike Studio has the perfect Aventon waiting for you. Come take a test ride and discover why life is simply better on an Aventon. Squim Bike Studio, your local e-bike headquarters.
Jumpstart your exterior home project. Give Tri-State a call. Are you thinking about a new roof, siding, or windows for your home? Tri-State installs GAF roofing products, James Hardy siding, and Pella window replacements. And right now, Tri-State's offering huge savings. Call today for your free estimate. 360-208-2222.
Tri-State Roofing, we got you covered.
I'm Sophia with Clallam County PUD.
And I'm Michaela.
Sometimes a small act of kindness can make a big difference.
Especially for neighbors who may be struggling to keep up with their electric bill.
That's where our Neighborly Assistance Program comes in.
It connects community donations directly to local families who need a helping hand.
Every dollar goes to trusted local agencies and to our Power Pledge Fund. You can give once or set up a monthly donation of any amount you wish to give. Learn more at clallampud.net.
Sail away to Victoria, BC this summer with Blackball Ferry Line, a perfect blend of local culture, natural beauty, and world-class attractions. Save with hotel and ferry packages from only $149 per person based on double occupancy. Plus, add on popular attractions like the Butchart Gardens, traditional afternoon tea, and more. Embark on your next adventure with Blackball Ferry Line. Visit cohoferry.com today.
The North Olympic Peninsula's news station, News Radio KONP Port Angeles Squim, AM 1450, FM 101.7 and 101.3, a Radio Pacific station.
From ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. New details following the release of President Trump's financial disclosure forms to the Office of Government Ethics. The president's personal wealth increased last year by more than $2 billion, more than triple the profits that he reported prior to returning to the White House for his second term. Here's ABC's Selena Wang.
The president's assets are held in a trust, but this is not a traditional hands-off blind trust. This is a trust controlled by President Trump's children. The scale of Trump's business ventures, his family's business ventures, it is unprecedented for an American president. And just for some comparison here, this financial disclosure for President Trump was 900 pages long. Compare that to President Biden's a year before he left office. That was just 11 pages long.
The president, when asked by reporters, says there was no conflict of interest. A horrifying discovery in Ohio. Police say 16 children living in deplorable conditions were removed from a home east of Cincinnati. Ohio Attorney General Andy Wilson says those children were reached just in time.
I think if they would have waited another 24 hours, there was a very high probability that we'd be dealing with a death or multiple deaths.
The children now in protective custody. Police say 4 family adult members were arraigned on charges including child endangerment. In New York City, a pair of daredevils scaled the Empire State Building all the way to the spire. The stunt ended with a proposal and both in custody. Here's ABC's Aaron Katursky.
They climbed down for about 250 feet. The NYPD officers were there waiting, took these 2 individuals into custody after they climbed to the very top of the Empire State Building spire, unfurled a banner, then climbed to a platform. One proposed to the other, and the 2 appeared to embrace in what is one illegal stunt.
Police say they're looking at criminal charges and believe the pair was profiled before in a documentary and have carried out similar stunts. You're listening to ABC News.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax relief